The strangest phobias in the world. Fear is shown like this. And it comes to a boil when you can't conquer it. Will you put up with the info to come?
Let the game begin.
Ancrophobia. I know you enjoy looking at yourself in the mirror, that's normal. What's weird is to be filled with terror at seeing your reflection in it. Shocking. That's what Ancrophobia is about, to go to an irrational panic when you see the reflected image of you in the mirror. It's also related to catoptrophobia, which is the fear of any reflection, including yours. In the case of people with Ancrophobia, they think that object is the path to the supernatural. Just looking at themselves in the mirror makes them sweat, feel anxious, and many other chilling symptoms. But this gets worse when it affects their personal life. At this point, they should seek assistance from a mental health professional.
No.
Now you're aware of this, I'll tell you the most effective treatments: exposure therapy, systematic desensitization, and behavioral therapy. Perseverance with these treatments is the key for the individual to getting positive results and a better quality of life.
Thank you.
Uranophobia. You get to paradise, feel that heavenly wind all over your body, when suddenly, you're afraid and you don't think you deserve it. Enough! Enough! You keep repeating to yourself, you wake up, you don't stop thinking about heaven, and if you should go there, going completely crazy. That irrational fear is uranophobia. The fear of not being worthy of going to heaven or paradise. It's also related to the fear of dying and not being good enough to go up there. It's horrible. Someone's death or constant threats of going down to hell if you're bad can trigger this disease, causing symptoms such as tachycardia, sweating, panic attack, and other terrible discomforts. Uranophobia is dangerous because it affects mental health. Therefore, a cognitive therapy is necessary to modify your thoughts, or a behavioral treatment in which you will be exposed to your fears. So the assistance of a psychotherapist is important to achieve positive results. Everything will be fine. Now comes a phobia that your friend, the dirty one, probably has. ABLUTOPHOBIA. This is the most disgusting phobia that exists because it's characterized by anxiety and rejection regarding an act of washing or taking a bath.
No, ew, gross.
I know, disgusting, right? And it mostly occurs in people who went through a childhood trauma during bath time or due to bad information about hygiene habits. In many cases, this disorder usually has negative consequences in social sphere.
I don't think so.
You should believe me, since that odor may drive people away,
Smells like fish in here.
making things harder in labor and social relations.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Of course I am. Luckily, there are efficient methods. One of them is the psychotherapeutic treatment, and the other, much more effective, the cognitive behavioral therapy, in which the individual is gradually exposed to their fear of taking a bath or washing. This will help them to realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. I bet you know someone who needs to take a bath immediately. Tag them, they probably have this disorder. HIPPOPOTOMONSTROSESQUIPPEDALIOPHOBIA. For sure, this is one of the most unusual and particular phobias, with a difficult and long name. It's also known as sesquipedaliophobia from the Greek sesquipedali, which means large word. This phobia is the fear of long words.
What?
That's what I said. The person is not able to say or think a very, very, very long word.
I feel fine. Are you sure?
This disease is caused by a childhood trauma such as a bad experience during a spelling bee or having been embarrassed to mispronounce an extensive word. Well, I don't think you feel good listening to the famous song in Mary Poppins.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
As that would automatically make you feel worried and your pulse would go faster. The good thing is, there are treatments such as hypnosis to overcome the fear and medications only prescribed by a psychiatrist.
Trust me, everything's gonna be fine.
Somniphobia. This is one of the worst phobias in the world. Imagine not being able to sleep, it's awful. But there are people that don't have any other choice since they suffered of somniphobia, the fear of falling asleep because you think you'll never wake up again, linking it directly with death.
Help me, please.
Relax, I'll tell you why people suffer from it, and this is because of a bad experience with sleep or having many nightmares.
I'm scared to close my eyes.
If you suffered from this, you couldn't even hear or read about sleep, since you'd be out of breath with your body shaking among other terrible symptoms.
Don't you understand? I can't sleep.
Accumulating such amount of stress results in mental and physical deterioration, so it wouldn't be surprising to have hallucinations. On the bright side, there are treatments that will help you to have a better quality of life. One of them is the psychoeducation, which shows people how the relation between fear and its manifestations work, so that you can understand the origin of the problem. Another technique is relaxation, which makes the traumatic response caused by the fear lower little by little.
It's okay. It's all over.
Or not. Could you imagine being awake 3, 7, or 10 days? Tell me, how long have you been without sleeping? It'd be interesting to know. Ancrophobia. It is exciting to jump off a plane and feel the wind all over your face. It's really a sense of freedom. But not everybody can enjoy that experience because there are people suffering from ancrophobia, which is the fear of wind or drafts.
Wait. What?
I'll clear it up for you. These people can't feel a blast of wind without starting to get worried, their mouths dry, their breathing accelerates, and other dreadful sensations.
I can't breathe.
People suffer from this due to a bad experience with high winds, connecting it to a danger.
I'm so scared right now.
Hopefully, there are treatments and medication to control ancrophobia. It's hard to full control, but it seems there are different options like anti-stress medication. Another option is the face-off sessions to overcome your fears, always in a safe environment. Hypnosis also helps to eliminate fear once and for all. HEXAKOSIOIHEXEKONTAHEXAPHOBIA. It is also known as trihexaphobia, and this is the irrational fear of the number 666. This makes my blood run cold. There's an uncontrollable rejection to this particular number.
Shut up! Shut up!
I know, it's hard to hear it, but the reason for this phobia is because of what the Bible, Book of Revelation says in chapter 13, verse 18. It indicates that the number 666 is the mark of the beast, Satan, or Antichrist. There are non-religious people having this fear due to horror movies and novels related to 666.
The mucus contains...
This disease's symptoms are no different from others, such as uncontrollable panic attacks and the typical feeling of anxiety about the presence of this number. One of the cures for this strange phobia is to speak with a person from the church to soothe the doubts about the 666's trauma. Another effective cure is medication prescribed by a specialist, which will avoid all those terrible symptoms of this dark number.
God help us all.
You'll be shocked into this phobia because it's about hating food. Phagophobia. Stop everything.
Stop.
I just found a phobia that'll make you turn down food.
What?
That's right, turn them down.
That is a total lie.
Even though you can't believe it, it is completely true. Phagophobia refers to the irrational fear of swallowing or choking.
What?
You heard me well, since the person thinks that their throat is tight and may die by choking. This is due to a bad experience with food at an early age, having a brush with death. People who suffered from it tend to eat soft food or chew many times before swallowing, or else they will feel dizzy, breathe hardly, sweat excessively, and go completely crazy. In extreme cases, they'll stop eating, which makes them to lose weight and have eating disorders.
I've got it under control.
No one can have a disorder under control, but you can get better through some treatments. One of them is the intervention by cognitive restructuring, in which people are exposed to their fear so that it gradually decreases. ARACHIBUTYROPHOBIA. By searching about this phobia, I couldn't stop thinking,
this is ridiculous.
And I'll tell you why. It is because ARACHIBUTYROPHOBIA is the fear of peanut butter.
What?
Exactly like that. The fear of getting this product stuck to your mouth or being very, very hard to chew it. Careful. But now that I'm thinking, can we die of that or not? This fear comes from some bad experiences with this food. Put yourself in their shoes.
Yes. Yes, of course.
People suffering from this condition can't hear or read about peanut butter, not even see it, because they immediately start feeling suffocated, dizzy, and even stressed. Revenge is sweet, but you don't have to take it out on that. Although it's not harmful, there are treatments such as therapy to analyze the origin and eliminate it from the root. Apparently, you started at a very young age. Another very effective treatment is the neuro-linguistic programming, which is one of the most common methods used for this phobia, so
good job. Really good job.
But wait, there's more.
Don't go yet, because I will mention the last, but not the least. ALLODOXAPHOBIA. You may become a hermit with this phobia.
Shut up! Shut up!
This refers to the sickly fear of giving your opinion, making it impossible to hold a normal conversation with another person. What? Are you saying something? Expressing yourself is a bit difficult with this phobia, right?
Yes.
People suffering from it are unsure of themselves due to a negative situation they experienced by trying to say something at an early age.
You're fine?
Yeah, I'm pretty fine.
It's not easy to be fine since individuals going through this are not able to express how they feel. Talking is hell for them because it causes them cold sweating, shaking, and even a blurry view.
How do you feel now?
I can't move.
Classic. Luckily, this can be controlled through treatments such as talking therapy, group therapy, systematic desensitization, among many others.
Thank you.
Remember, every problem has a solution. Fear is everywhere. Now tell me, what is your biggest fear in life? If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell icon. Take good care.